Welcome to episode 216
Correct.
of Snobcast.
I feel. If not, welcome to 217.
If not, we have a very special show for you today. We have a familiar guests coming on the show, and but first of all, we'd just like to start the show off a little differently than we usually do here at Snobcast. First of all, it's the first time that the guys and I, so Chef Tom and Hype Man Steve, are in the same vicinity as me. It's been, like 2 or 3 months now. We haven't seen each other in person. It's really good to see you guys. It feels good. The energy's good.
Yeah.
But there's some fucked up shit happening in the world right now. And I just needed to address it because it's frustrating. And it's aggravating, mostly. And how are these things still happening in the world? Obviously, talking about George Floyd. But not just George Floyd, like...
Everybody.
There's so many things that go unnoticed in the U.S. And, they're our neighbors. And, we're here in Canada. And I actually don't have any words. I just need to express that I don't know how these things are still happening now. There's protests happening all over the U.S., even here in Montreal.
Yeah, there's literally one happening
in a few hours.
In an hour and a half.
Yeah. And... if you want to go and protest, go protest. Don't break shit, guys.
Life's hard enough as it is for fucking small business owners.
We're all going through a lot right now. COVID, UFOs. I mean,
UFOs were on the news fucking 2 weeks ago. Nobody said anything.
Yeah. The Pentagon really said, "Listen, there's shit flying around. We don't know what the fuck it is."
Yeah. But and now George Floyd is exploded all over social media and TV, and literally. It's taken over COVID, I think. It's the more pressing matter. I mean, at this moment,
it sucks that it's the only thing. Everybody was begging for a change because I'm kind of fed up of listening to the news lately.
Yeah,
because it's always Corona. Now I'm gonna be turning it on for another week, and everything's just gonna be burning.
Yeah, it's a scary time, and I just want to say that I'm gonna say Black Lives Matter, dude. They're
100%.
So I'm not gonna say all lives matter because honestly, fuck that.
Fuck Hitler and shit like
no,
that.
But
obviously there, but
no, but I mean black right now it's about black people in the U.S., black people all over the world, and I just had to.
That's good. I'm glad we can't do a moment of silence because Zoom every minute counts.
That's true. But
and anyways, if you guys have to add anything, you can go ahead. I know Steve's frustrated.
How many times does this have to happen until
the white man gets it, bro?
Well, until it sinks in general. I mean, this keeps going and going and going. And Jesus Christ, we have, the protest of this, the that. Let's finally kind of learn the lesson of what the fuck's going on. The procedure of doing things, of perceiving things, of everything. It's enough now.
It's enough.
How long could this fucking go on?
Exactly.
It's enough.
That's it, man.
With that being said, we'll go back to our regularly scheduled programming on Snobcast, and we're very excited today to have our very good friends and special guests once again in the house, Housefly Hum.
What's
What's up?
Oh, Dom could be our soundboard.
Yeah, I'm your live soundboard guy.
Human soundboard.
I'm so sorry to have introed you guys after a George Floyd tribute piece.
But at the same time, congrats for coming after that.
Yeah.
It's a good act to follow.
Oh, yes, of course.
If you think about it.
But you know what? Look, what a time to come in. There's darkness everywhere, and you have the light of, a brand new EP from great local musicians.
You're such a poetic fucking person.
Steve, I can't
poetic.
stress enough.
What a fantastic transition, Steve.
I can't stress enough that when Steve asks questions, he gets so emotionally involved.
Steve should have been a writer for Hollywood. Honestly, you should literally be writing for all of Hollywood.
Guys, we interviewed David Palumbo from Atsugo Chiba, so Steve's brother, a few weeks ago.
Yeah, we heard it.
And Steve asked his brother the most professional questions.
Yeah. As if you guys never met.
And I was just like, hey, bro, do you get along with your fucking bandmates?
He knows all of them.
Just grilling him. Fuck.
But you guys have a new EP out finally, and like I know Tom is excited, and everyone's excited, and you guys been getting really good.
The one fucking time
reviews.
that the EP comes out, guys, that the EP comes out, and it's time to tour, and I've been talking about I want to see you guys fucking live.
You jinxed us.
I fucking hate it.
You guys really have great timing, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was probably
need good timing.
it was probably supposed to come out a bit earlier, but then with all this Corona stuff happening, we ended up taking a bit more time to just perfect like the artwork and everything else. And I mean, we set May 29th as a date like a month in advance, and well, now we're just mixed up in all this media posting about the protests and all that. So
Yeah, that's a bit rough. Huh?
we don't want to take away from any of that, but hey, like stream our music.
Well, no. So here's the thing. You're not taking away from anything.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys are putting out music, which is fantastic. So like people want like to hear different stuff.
It's what people need right now.
It's what people want.
For
and
sure.
I mean, your EP, I gotta say, sounds amazing. Like
Thank you.
the end, like the production itself sounds like it was made in like Hollywood and shit.
Right, and that we have Matt Sarantola, the sort of fifth Beatle guy for Tsuko, and Johnny Lorelli to thank for that. They were
Shout
a
out.
big part of
Yeah,
me.
without them,
Yeah,
the
definitely.
EP would have sounded nowhere close to Hollywood.
No, it sounds fucking. It sounds really.
Yeah, it's
really
very
good.
crisp and clean. We were very
very
happy with
crisp.
it. Everyone's been saying the same thing, like the production, like they're just very impressed by just the general like cleanness of the sound.
Yeah, I
and
mean,
stuff
it
like that.
is like totally professional grade. I mean, there's
Yeah.
no. If you came up like, oh, so look, this is my local band. They did this, and you put that out. It's like
Oh,
Jesus
yeah.
Christ.
It's definitely not. It's definitely not lo-fi. That's
Yeah.
No. I was. I just want to put it out there that I am 70 to 72% of your streams so far have been. It's literally been playing. I've been playing it on repeat since it came out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
Nice.
see.
Yeah,
I see you on the stats,
Dude,
I see you on the stats.
I leave it
Montreal
on at.
North.
I leave it on at work. I'll just leave it playing wherever I am.
We walked into the backyard before and it was playing, and Tom knew all the lyrics already.
Yeah.
Chill.
I
Damn, you probably know them better than I do. at
No,
this
dude,
point.
I was singing it. I swear at one point I was driving in the car and I driving. Where else would I be driving? But
Well,
I was driving and
maybe a
like
train.
A
I
mine
was-
cart.
I was so into it and I was belting it out and I just look and there's a car looking at me and I'm like,
Just
like
get on
whatever.
It's like, dude,
oh,
you have to
shucks.
listen to this.
I was like,
rolls
yeah,
down
yeah.
the window.
This is
What song-
Housefly Hum.
Yeah,
Which song were you singing?
hit my head.
I knew it.
Yeah,
I knew it.
dude. And it's
That
because
seems to be the crowd favorite right now. It has the most streams.
It seems to be the one that people could remember the lyrics like instantly because
Well-
of the chorus, possibly.
it's also because Lawrence, I love the your voice in the songs. Like it's just you have that pitch that I don't think anybody that sings to any of your songs is gonna be able to hit that specific sound.
That
And I was
register.
trying, and I'm like, how does he? I feel like somebody needs
remember
to
you
squeeze my
messaged me.
nuts.
It's not just. I told Dom, I think this a few months ago that I was trying to figure out your like vocal caliber, Larry, and like, oh, you could definitely pull off like a fucking Bruno Mars song.
I mean, I've tested my registry with.
I'm so
Dom a
sorry.
little
I
bit.
didn't mean to offend you.
No, not at all. Not at all. I think Bruno Mars is super talented and super
Yeah.
underrated. I mean, his Super Bowl performance is still one of my favorites. Like in like maybe I don't know how many years. You know, like he killed it. But yeah, I tested my registry with Dom, and I could go. I have a pretty wide range on my registry, but the lows, forget it. That's where Dom comes in and he does all the lower.
get super low,
Oh, God.
But yeah, the highs.
Yeah,
The
you
highs
can
have
pretty
never
high.
really been an issue, you know.
How when you guys were recording the EP, like Dom, you and Mike both do back vocals?
Mostly Dom.
It was
Mostly
mainly
Dom.
me. Like we got Mike in there on like one song. for-
I got on one song and I could officially
Another
say I'm
voice.
part of backups.
So is that it for Mike? Did he
I
pass
did
his
like 3
test?
lines. I'm like, I'm good.
Yeah, I mainly like arranged a lot of the harmony layers with well, like we had most of them pre-prodded already going into it. But then, you know, once you get behind like the mic and you're in studio, some things have to be tweaked, some things have to be changed around. And it was good to have like another like Johnny there to sort of like bounce things off of and just trial and error stuff, you know, until you really get a thing that sits perfectly in the mix and the song.
Yeah, and the fact that Johnny is a vocalist too helps a lot with finding different layers in the harmonies too, because it's very easy to just make 8 people sound like one voice. The trick is to give it that Beatles feel, you know, where you have like 4 people, or even Half Moon Run do it so well. It's incredible. Their harmonies.
Yeah, Half Moon Run do it well, right, Johnny?
Yeah.
Shout out to Montreal.
Yeah, right.
He's not a fan, is he?
Anyways, I love how Dom just says, you know, when we're in the production and just we get it, Dom. You do everything. You do everything.
Whoa, don't make his head get any bigger than it already is.
No, because it's just gonna go to his hair.
Excuse me, guys. We could
It's
use a
all
bit more
absorbed by the
reverb.
Hey, look, I'm a sound snob. You guys,
Hey.
snobs.
You should get a mask.
The worst. Hey, bring me one on Monday, bro.
But what did you guys do for the drums? Like, who recorded drums?
Well,
He's gonna say he
But
did
Adam.
it. He's gonna say he did it. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
No,
Dom.
Dom,
The drums.
While he was recording the guitar.
So I cloned
No, at the
myself.
time,
and,
yeah. At the time, we didn't have a drummer, and but we were ready to record, you know. So we just kept on delaying us even more. So we hit up Adam and we spoke to him, and he
Adam
was like-
Passalacqua.
Adam Passalacqua.
Oh, pass the water.
They don't know who Adam
Pass
is.
the water. there
Pass
you
the
go.
water. Adam, pass the water.
From the
Adam
Franklin
Passalacqua.
Electric, and
Oh, shit!
oh,
shit!
shit.
Wow.
Wow, everybody was making fun of that name, but now everybody's like, "Oh shit!" Huh?
Adam Passalacqua.
Well, anyways, he's
Frank
a good
the
friend of
electrician.
ours. He's a good friend of ours, and he used to be in a band with Dom and I before. Housefly Hum. I almost said Half Moon Run. That would have been weird.
We mentioned them enough already.
Yeah.
What would have been weird is Half Moon Hum.
He was really down to do it, and he killed it. He really, really killed it.
Nice.
Did you
So
guys?
He's like a human
rehearsed.
metronome.
Yeah, we rehearsed
It's
for
like
about.
a human metronome.
Yeah, I think
Guys,
we
hold on.
rehearsed
Guys,
for-
Steve has a question.
So
Okay, go ahead.
did you guys give him the drum parts to do, or you said this is kind of what we have right now, and he just kind of jumped on it and did his drum thing?
So basically, like before tracking, before getting him on board, we had our friend Gino in the band. And
Gino, good guy.
we sort of
He was with you guys live, right? When you guys when I saw
exactly,
you. Okay.
Exactly.
so we had worked out a lot of the drum parts.
Definitely had
for the
some
song
idea.
before.
Yeah.
And then we brought Adam in, and like we had demos already tracked for the song, and like he had a very like
Rough.
solid roadmap to go about it. And then obviously every drummer is gonna impart their own little flavor. and
Yeah,
style
yeah.
with
Yeah.
whatever they play, and I encourage that. Like he's a great drummer.
Yeah,
so,
he definitely got
It
some
just-
creative.
yeah, it just lifted the songs to
Creativity to it.
that next level too, and we just jammed for like a month and a half to really like solidify everything and pre-prod all the parts, so that when we go in, we just kill it in 2 days, and that's exactly what we did. So it worked out pretty
Yeah.
well.
Sick. You know what I like about it? I like that the you guys. It is rock, but it's
It's
like,
soulful.
yeah, and there's
We're doing this.
there's funk.
We're doing-
Yeah. Yeah, you're like sprinkling. There's so much from like all over the place. Like there was I don't remember which part it was, but like in what's the fourth song?
Outlaw.
Outlaw. No, was it Outlaw or Story? Is there one called Story?
Yeah.
That's the
The
last
last
one.
one's-
That's
Sorry.
okay. That one there. I think that's the one that starts off a bit more funky.
No, hit my head.
That's hit my head. That's the,
Oh yeah, that's the one. Okay, yeah, hit my head. Yeah. Okay, I was trying to remember which one it was. That
I thought you
started
knew
off
the album by heart.
You know what, guys? Listen, okay. At
A lot of them
least,
start with guitar, so
yeah,
true.
that's true. That's true. It's very Foo Fighters esque that it starts off with the heavy guitars. But I like how it changes.
Yeah.
I like how the songs, like some of them. Which one was it that had the change at the end? Like there was like
there's Hit My Head has it.
Yeah.
And also,
There we go.
And also Paper Crown has
Paper
that
Crown,
break
yeah,
in
yeah,
the
yeah.
middle.
Yeah.
Has a break in the, well, not in the middle, but almost towards the end.
They
of the
both
song.
have like little outros to
Yeah.
them, kind of thing.
with
Yeah.
with the little falsetto in Paper Crown.
Yeah, the
Shameless lie, tell me down.
There it is.
Shameless lie, oh that paper crown.
And that's what I was doing in the car when I got caught.
Shame.
Yeah,
I have to say,
shame.
Paper Crown is my
You should have just
favorite.
lowered your
on it.
window down and
No one gives a
just
shit,
stared
Steve.
at that.
Steve, you gotta
I tried. I tried.
Steve has a comment once again, guys.
you have to project, Steve.
No, Paper Crown for me is my favorite, especially like with how it starts. It just gets in really with like a, I don't like to throw the word indie around, but like that really indie high notes.
It also felt like punk, though. It felt a bit punkish, too.
Well, yeah,
It
It
has-
definitely punches you in the face.
It's a very
Yeah.
interesting song. I find like we all
It's low-key
like,
one of my favorite ones for sure.
yeah. I mean the main beat for the riff is sort of like a reggaeton beat. Like the,
Yeah.
That's what Steve likes.
Yeah.
you know.
It's like reggaeton meets punk.
Yeah.
That's right. And then there's
Reggae
like
punk.
like a breakdowny part in the outro. Like it has like a
It's-
lot of random shit that just works together.
Hold on, Zoom just gave me a gift.
No, they removed the 40 minutes
something
time.
about includes-
Unlimited min. Okay.
Sorry,
Is that on mic?
listeners.
No, I think you got it. Okay.
They're very nice people. Thank you,
Yeah.
Zoom, for shout out to Zoom for keeping
Well, yeah.
everybody together during this pandemic.
They're so rich now.
It's an easy song to listen to, yet it has so many like layers and like its
for
own
sure.
complicated elements like all
Yeah,
together that
Shit.
make it how it is.
Definitely.
How does it work to get it on like Spotify and all that? Like I know like for podcasts you make an account and you just throw them on, but like I mean you guys
we
get
got,
mon-
we got a distributor, so we don't have to
So-
think about it. As
Oh, I'm so
much.
sorry.
Oh,
I'm so sorry.
that's good.
So if,
Yeah. No. Well, I
no,
mean,
because
it's
they got a distributor. I don't want you.
Shut the fuck up.
Before we get into the tech,
Did that sound like too big?
yeah.
Are we too big now?
Before we get into the
We're
tech,
too snobby. We're too snobby.
yeah, you guys are getting way too like to your head, guys. But before we get to the
We're
technical,
taking limos everywhere.
before before we get to the technical part of your album, I really enjoy the cover that you guys do of Fetty Wap's "My Way." I think it's great. It's just baby, won't you come my way? I really
we were
love
talking
that.
about this before. You guys should do a cover to that song.
I really love it, honestly.
I feel like if there's
Sorry, I had to get that in.
we're taking Corona cover requests.
Oh shit! Maybe a Sweet
But,
Caroline would be good too.
Oh
Honestly,
my God.
Perhaps no, but to answer your question, Tom.
Yeah, the actual question.
Yeah. No, there's a bunch of options online, like distributors who have their own sort of platforms and little deals that you can pick and choose. Like us, we went with CD Baby, so you basically upload like the mastered uncompressed like songs, and and then you upload the artwork, and then you have to wait for them to deliver to all their partners, to all the streaming platforms and all that.
Okay, so you guys don't have to deal with like fucking we got to submit it to iTunes, we got to submit it to Spotify.
No,
No,
it's like
that's the cool
like
part
one
about
hub
it, yeah.
that just submits it everywhere.
So it's kind of like a one-stop
it's-
shop,
it's
like
kinda
Jerry
like us, too.
Colvina.
pretty much. It's
Jerry
it's
Cole.
very similar. It's very similar to how you guys do it with the podcast.
And then
But it's cool because they get to help out like local artists. Like you don't have to
okay,
Yeah,
not have your foot in the music industry per se, and
okay.
they just inspect your song to make sure like
yeah,
nothing sounds weird, and once everything is processed, they send it to like iTunes, Spotify, Apple Music.
Oh well, good.
So
That's
any-
It's everywhere.
is
any
there
indie band can just DIY it and just upload their stuff, get it out there.
is there
So it's
something
really-
specific about these guys that made you choose them, or it's just kind of everything's kind of pretty
we had
similar to
tried-
itself?
We had tried with one or two other companies before, and like,
Well, they were also recommended by Atsuko because I know Atsuko
Okay.
used them in the past.
well, look, CD Baby is like the oldest and first.
Yeah,
one
they have
in
a
the game.
they have a good reputation.
Okay.
They have the biggest rep, and their service is pretty solid. Their user interface is super easy to use. We released Driftwood through it, so they had already all of our stuff saved too. So we
Yeah.
just went with them.
so. It's funny that you brought up Driftwood. How come that wasn't on the EP?
Good question.
You know,
What you
Good
guys?
I feel like has this been discussed as a band already?
Honestly,
We did discuss this
yeah,
as
we
a
were
band.
we
though.
were about to put it, and then we're just like, you know what? These songs just go so well together, and they fit so nicely, and it's
There's
like,
a vibe and like a flow to
yeah,
them.
there's a vibe. And
Yeah.
not that Driftwood wouldn't fit, but we just saw it, and we're like, you know, it's cool. It has its own artwork. It's a single on its own.
Yeah.
And you know what? I actually got a couple of people tell me, the EP is really good, but Driftwood's still my favorite song. And I'm
Wow.
like,
Yeah, that was
Thanks.
so
but
2018.
It's cool. It's cool.
You tell them,
And
go
Driftwood
fuck
has
yourself.
A bit more of a folky, a folky vibe too.
I feel like
So-
Driftwood, the cover that you guys had for Driftwood, would
Right.
I feel like it would just even I mean also the cover you have now, but the look of the Driftwood one would be sick for merch. I feel.
Yeah.
For sure.
Are you guys gonna
We're-
eventually have once there's live shows? And shit?
Eventually,
We've been
Probably.
floating.
I
we've been
mean,
floating ideas.
we've already spoken. Like we could start having merch like on a website now.
You
but,
can.
like, and people may buy just to support, but like you get way more results for sure playing out in a live venue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People are like,
Yeah, we both
you
know
know,
what's
like-
happening with that.
exactly.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, once they start opening it up a bit more, maybe we can like block off a street and do like a socially distanced concert.
Hey
or some
guys,
shit.
that's actually. I would like to extend the invitation to. If you guys need help booking a show, I will gladly help you guys with that.
Oh,
great.
Cool.
Thank you.
Look at
Yeah,
that. Oh,
and
And
this
the time-
and now this is like on Spotify, so I guess it's.
You have to deliver.
have to
now.
deliver.
Yeah.
you have to deliver.
Yeah,
now.
you have to.
You
But
have-
I because I don't want to talk too much about it. I can't talk too much about it. But I'm planning something for next summer. I know it's far, but next summer, and it would be great if you guys would be a part of it. But
Awesome,
we'll talk
man.
about
Oh
that.
my god! I swear to God,
Sure,
if you
thank
fucking get you two to come here, I'm not coming to that fucking show.
You'll be the first one there. Just
Sunday, bloody Sunday.
I fucking hate that.
but
Cool, man.
I-
That sounds cool.
yeah. The other thing I wanted to know is your artwork. Did you guys design that yourself, or you got someone to do that?
Larry, go for it.
Well, the artwork for Driftwood and for the for Morning Light, the EP was all done by my girlfriend. She's
Shout
a
out to your
graphic
girlfriend.
Designer. Shout out to my
Shout out to your
girlfriend. But
That's
it
what
was kind of like a group effort too. You know, she'd have some ideas. We'd start it off, and then we just bounce ideas off everything. And funny enough, it took Driftwood way longer to come up with something because like we didn't know really what to put. And then for the album artwork we have now for Morning Light, she showed us this idea with the two faces in the sun. And then after we just added a little bit of some little elements, and it came out to what we have now.
I feel like it
So,
would make a
yeah.
great tie-dye shirt. Honestly, like
Look at the
Yeah.
Tom.
right in the center.
I think Tom can be your merch
Listen,
spokesperson.
Yeah.
you guys make fun of me because I'm bald, but I got fucking ideas in this head,
He's
man.
got style. Tom's got style, man.
All right.
Guys,
Come-
I'm
Comes-
no. What were you gonna say?
No, it was just a troll. Sorry.
No.
No, that's why I want to know.
Wow, he's such a fucking
I'm
piece of
sorry.
shit.
I'm sorry.
I'm curious to know if you guys have different opinions on what's the song off the EP that you want to play live the most, that you're excited to play.
Damn, that's a good question.
Everybody
Yeah,
yell
I
it
know.
out at the same time. No, man.
I
My way.
personally,
To choose one song out of
Out of the five that you
Like,
guys,
yeah, like
we'll
what's
all say our own.
okay,
Wait,
Dom.
hold on,
Okay,
let me think
Dom.
about it.
Mike, go first.
Want me to go first?
Yeah.
He just said he needed time
Uh,
to go first. Go first.
Nah,
Instinct.
Like instinct. Like I have to go with Outlaw. I love how the song is structured. Each instrument, including vocals, has like its own spot, and I find it's like it respects the old ways of rock and roll, and we're trying to show a new wave of it.
Mhm.
And I find it like it represents us really well, and it also shows like I just find that song when I play it, it's every single time it just gives me so much energy, and when we're rocking that song, it's like I feel like on top of the world.
So it's kind of like
I
a
love that song.
where you came from to where you are now type song all in one
it's
spot.
like, especially I've been playing
Yeah,
music
you
for
can
so
say
long.
so.
To have a song like that, when I play it, it's like, man, it's like I can't believe we actually wrote a song like this. Like,
What a-
it's my own song, and I'm just like, this is so fun to play for me, like every single time.
What a way to turn something. Mike saying something so poetic, and you just Hollywood poetic it.
So it's kind of like
You're on another level. That's sick. But it is true though, because the songs are pretty different. Like each
They're
one,
all very different.
you know, they have like their own. I feel like
colorful EP.
yeah, I feel like Outlaw is like the
Grassroots.
yeah, it's like it's very like hardcore rock. Grassroots. Fuck you with your words, man.
I mean, look, it has some Western vibes for sure. It's like you just listening to
outlaw.
yeah, just listening to the lyrics. It's like some.
I was wondering why you bent down. The mic's on the table. Okay.
My head's busy.
But which I kind of think speaks to the whole EP of itself, because as different as it all is, I mean, they all have that same kind of cohesion. They all go together despite
Somehow,
how different they are.
they
Yeah.
all kind of, they're all very different. Like they could all be on separate, maybe like albums in itself in terms of the style, but somehow all the songs they do become cohesive, and they all, you know.
I feel like it's a good thing though, because like I feel like
sure,
during a show, it must be so nice to be able to like play. I mean, what if all the songs sounded kind of the same?
Well,
It's a
that's the thing,
different
when you-
energy, you know.
Yeah, but when you listen to albums in general, like from any band that you like, there's always kind of like a theme, you know.
Mhm.
Like they all kind of, they don't always, like the bands you like, they don't always sound the same, but there's maybe a bit more of a theme going on. And in this one, we have a theme going on, but it kind of just showcases like, look, we can write songs this way, we could write songs that way, and
Mhm.
you know, when we write our next EP, it might be more of a cohesive thing, or it might be a similar creative process of different types of songs that just blend really well together.
There's always like a cohesion throughout the EP, but it's like we sort of like color outside the lines a bit and create like an 18-minute EP that just touches on a bunch of different things that maybe one person will vibe more with one song than the other, and that's fine.
Yeah.
But I feel like it has a good wide reach in terms of people who are looking for their genres to listen to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is very in depth right now.
It's very in depth.
This is fucking deep.
and that's only one of the songs that you guys want to play live. So
Yeah.
Okay,
Unless we all say the same answer.
Let's
so-
tackle
I'll go.
Lawrence.
I'll go.
Yeah.
I think. I mean, I love all of them, and I find being the singer, it's like each
Oh,
one of them is a little bit.
Go.
Like I have to. I find that, like, you know, the like Paper Crown is just really gets me like out of my bubble, I find. But for me, the one song would have to be Story, because it's, I think, one of our oldest songs between like Dom and I that we've written, and it has a lot of like nostalgia behind it. So to be able to play that song and still people vibe to it, even if like for a lot of people it might be their first time, but for me, playing this song and remembering like how we put it together and everything, I think that one would have to be my song. It's probably my favorite one on the EP.
That's actually one of the songs we performed last time we were together in studio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Story
exactly.
you're talking about, right?
Sorry,
Story,
yeah.
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 So for you, Larry, this is like really, that song is like Housefly Hum for you. Would you say that?
I mean, I would still agree with Mike, and that's why Outlaw was the single on the EP, because it has like the heaviness and it has our calm, our like
It's
soft-
the
Softness.
grassroots.
It's the Grassroots.
It's the grassroots.
Grassroots.
Right.
There's the
Grassroots.
title. There's your title.
It's the grassroots.
the
That was
Grassroots.
good callback.
That's good.
Let me write it down, because I always forget these fucking titles when I'm
grassroots.
trying to upload this podcast.
No, I definitely agree with Mike, where Outlaw gives you, like, if there's one song you have to listen to give you an idea of what this band sounds like, it would definitely have to be Outlaw. But for me, when I play Story, there's just a lot of like nostalgia and a lot of like meaning behind the song, that even after all this time that I've been writing it and performing it, I'm still able to, and people still vibe to it. It just gives me like a certain, like, you know,
Satisfaction.
satisfaction. Exactly.
It's also like a very good indication of your vocal range.
Oh, yeah, thank you. Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
just
Thank you. I'll take that.
so.
yeah, just take it. Just take it. Take it with a grain of salt and go fuck yourself.
What about Dom? Dom, which one's your favorite?
All of them, bro.
Chocolate by the 1975.
For me, I think of the EP as one long song, bro.
Get out of here.
No,
Get the
no,
fuck
no.
out of here.
Like,
Oh, that's a weird song.
I think live, like the song that gets my heart rate like fucking pumping is. I don't have the same feeling as playing any other song as when we finish playing Paper Crown. Like my heart rate is just.
Yeah, I'm always exhausted after
It's
that.
always that song that like.
Okay. So with
with
I need a
that,
nap after that one. The next nap.
Yeah.
so that's the song that hypes me the most live. But in terms of which song I'm more anticipating and excited to play live, I'd have to say Outlaw, because the last show we did. Outlaw was like the newest song we wrote, and there's been some like little tweaks and changes.
Yeah,
and
we weren't sure if we
like,
were gonna add it too. It was
hell, like we
hilarious.
didn't even have real lyrics for it last time we played it. You know?
For real.
Yeah. Larry's good at improv, let's say.
Oh,
so
wow, how do you improvise a fucking song?
Oh, you just do it, bro.
Yeah.
You just do it. It's
Yeah.
not
Spit in.
stand-up comedy.
Spit
You don't
in
get up there and
bars.
say, "Hey, a lot of cleavage in this crowd."
But so would you
It's
consider?
not that kind of improv. Just start doing
Starts doing
stand-up
Yeah.
in the
starts
middle
doing a
of the song.
monologue.
Start scatting and stuff. Would you say that Paper Crown is probably like your closer of like a set?
No, actually, I don't really view it that way.
Because you
but-
said it takes all your energy. Fuck, make up your mind.
It's
I
too,
mean,
too excited.
but
a
exactly because it has a lot of energy, you want to have the most energy for it. So
Right.
I almost look at that song. It's like you're ripping off the band-aid like really fast.
Oh.
Yeah.
Fucking
It gets-
hurts. So
it
may as well
gets-
like
It gets the audience like pumping like really early on, so like it's a good like smack to the face like in an earlier part of the set. And I feel like the same way how we put Story as the closer to the EP, I feel like that's like probably one of our best like closing songs, because it has like a nice like little outro segment and like really puts the cherry on the cake type thing.
Yeah.
Here's-
Cherry on cakes. Yeah, it's good.
is that a saying?
Here's
Cherry on the
I
cake.
guess. Yeah.
Cherry. Here-
Cherry on top.
It is
Y'all
now.
never heard
Cherry on the
cherry on the
cake.
cake?
Pipe and a pancake.
We did now.
Bong and a
Smoking
blitz.
a pack?
What? Yeah, well, you know, like they say, when in Venice.
Yeah.
You see the dolphins in the stream.
But do you guys have any songs that didn't make it onto the EP? Is there like a song you're like holding back
You
on?
have to leave it on
or-
the cutting room floor.
They're just there, just lying there.
I mean, there were like sort of songs that were in the works that weren't as complete as others. So we took like the best picks of what we had to
Did-
offer, you know.
Was that a group effort? Like, sorry, I don't mean like a band effort, but like, was it that you consult other people except for your producer and your band when you were like mixing the EP? Like, were you like, oh, should this like? Did you ask like your girlfriends or your family or?
In terms of what songs,
Like,
to
yeah, like,
include or
should-
exclude.
Yeah.
No, not really. No.
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 Fuck our
Well, it's 'cause,
family.
yeah, it's sometimes when like you're writing songs and stuff, like it's not that you become so emotionally invested in
Right.
them, and like you sometimes have to separate it and be like, okay, this just doesn't. Not that it's bad, but it's just like maybe it's just not part of this.
It doesn't fit.
You know, we had a concept to write about a 20-minute EP. We
Mhm.
did 18 minutes, and so like some stuff just doesn't
Doesn't fit.
like it doesn't fit. Yeah, not that, but you're so emotionally invested. You're like, no, I like it, but sometimes you just got to be like, nah, fuck it.
I
you're
think
out.
there maybe is one person that we consulted. That's probably George, our friend George, who's
Oh yeah,
in our rehearsal space like pretty much every time we jam. Like,
It's
He's-
true. Every
he's-
time I've
he's
come there, George
literally-
has been there.
Is it-
George is literally the housefly on the wall.
Ah, that's cute. So he's a moocher, is what you're saying. That's great.
Oh, yeah.
What was
Oh, yeah.
He's like a housefly.
What was I forgot you said it in the last time we had you guys on, but Housefly Hum, what key is that in? What's what was that?
that F sharp.
How the housefly, the average housefly hums in the key of F.
Okay, and what
Key
key
of
do
F.
you guys play in?
All of them.
All of them.
All of them.
None of your goddamn business.
Every song,
No.
I think every song is in a different key.
Okay.
Do we have one enough?
I don't even know if we have one.
You
But
guys,
whatever our new song is, I'm transposing it to F.
There you go.
you guys
Wait,
should
is
just
story,
do.
story in C or F.
You should know this, dude.
Get studying, Mike.
You should do an instrumental just called F
or the Housefly.
or the Housefly.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
And you make it like a 25-minute instrumental.
Yeah, and we all take shrooms.
Jesus.
You that would have.
That can be arranged.
You know, yeah. You do. You make it like a Rush album.
20 minutes later, vocals come in.
Yeah, vocals come in. Yeah, and it's one take. That would be sick. You should also. You think you guys would get in trouble, Dub, if you would have like if you would randomly in a song, you know, like how a lot of people do like these little samples, voice samples of like a random other person talking. You do like a Seth Rogen in one of your songs or something. Yeah, like right at the end, you know, as it's closing off.
I guess it wouldn't be so much of it if he's doing it. It's not copyright, is it? Like,
Yeah, no, you're
not
just
taking
pretending
it.
to be him.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not like
I
you're
guess
saying
that
Seth
would
Rogen
work.
is here. You know.
Yeah.
Like,
No.
fucking totally.
So like you guys mentioned maybe another. I know you just released this and it took you 75 years, but the
78, okay?
78. Sorry, the next thing on the radar, dude. Like, is it a fucking album? Like, is it just another EP? Because like, you're just teasing the people, and personally, it's not fair.
We want more.
You know what? I think we're just gonna have to keep on teasing and maybe release another EP, but in much less time, hopefully.
Yeah, just do it. Do it.
The fact that we can't play shows, it gives us more time now. Instead of having to do rehearsal to be ready to play live, we could focus on writing music.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, like, so it gives us more time to come out with another album or EP or whatever in a less amount of time. So.
And have you
hopefully
guys?
we have that.
So like, you know, we're not gonna rat on you, but you are on the podcast. Did you guys have you guys recorded together since this quarantine, or like is it just you guys doing stuff from your own place?
No,
Yeah,
stuff from our own place.
Oh wow, you guys are
much,
respecting the laws. That's good. Good for you guys. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom. It must
Listen
make
to
it
the
hard.
government, guys.
Yeah.
No, but it's hard, but it sort of gives you time to like just put a better focus on your own playing and your own instrument and just sort of recenter yourself. That's what I've been.
I
trying
don't know
to do.
about you guys, but I've been playing my own instrument for the last 2.5 months, and I am fucking fed up.
I feel you there, brother. I
Can't wait
feel
for
ya.
this podcast to be over. I want to go see my girlfriend.
Skin flute.
I'm gonna wear my mask. I have this nice Snob Media thong.
I know it really fits great on the ass.
Imagine this just goes front to back. You
Yeah.
guys can't see this, but it's a mask.
Yeah, you can.
All the people in the Netherlands can't see this, but
can't
you know,
do
as you guys say in your country,
Hey.
maska.
Why did it end with a vowel then?
I feel like danka.
That's German.
Yeah.
Whatever.
What?
They get it. I'm sure they get it.
But if
We
you
don't.
guys do get
I'm sure they
people from the Netherlands listening, it's because of Snobcast. So you guys can thank us later.
Oh my god, maybe you guys
100%.
can
We'll
find
give you
like some sick
We'll
Finnish
give you
fucking
the 3 cents we make off every song.
Amazing. We'll be so rich.
I wonder how that gets monetized though. You know, like I know like YouTube, it's like you make like a penny for every 1,000 views until you become Phil DeFranco and then you're just a millionaire. But
Yeah, I mean the numbers are all online. If you actually want to look them up, they're each platform has like their own payout rate.
So what do we have to do to make you guys like get a grand?
Get a grand.
I'll just let it. I'll literally let it play.
We're starting low. Like that. I
think-
Plug in your phone and just
Off
loop.
streaming, it would take a long time, but if they
Yeah, like,
buy it off Bandcamp, it would be much faster.
Yeah.
so
Yeah,
you guys will be
music online.
you guys will be struggling musicians for the next 10 years.
No, wait.
Ah, for sure.
No, but wait. So that means
Sure.
the
More
songs.
likely
But
than
it's
not.
all about struggling musicians.
So the songs are available for stream, but you can also purchase them like through iTunes
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah, and Bandcamp.
and Bandcamp.
because not everyone has the streaming
Yeah.
platforms.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wherever music is sold or EP is there.
I wish I
Yeah,
could
it's
have
also-
honestly.
It's also for free on YouTube.
I miss the days where I could go and pick up a fucking album at HMV.
Yeah, HMV rip.
Sure.
HMV.
Do you know, like, rest in peace?
Hey,
the $2 for $5, the $2 for $10 there.
Yeah,
Rest in
I have an
peace.
interesting question. I don't know
yeah.
if you guys like thought about this or not, but like, what if you guys released like, would you guys should definitely release a vinyl.
Ooh.
Yeah, we've
Everyone
been,
keeps that. Yeah, so down, man.
I think I got a bit more room over here.
Yeah,
I
on
can
the
put
back
it up.
wall.
I would be able to put it up somewhere.
I would definitely
we-
support that.
The album cover would fit the vibe, though. Definitely.
Absolutely.
100%, dude. This
Definitely fit the vibe.
is my
man.
fucking Cuban cabana over here, bro.
But a vinyl is definitely something I think that would that. You know what's really in right now? It's really blowing my mind. Is they're bringing back cassette tapes.
No, stop
Yeah,
it.
my,
Cut that.
yeah.
Take that shit off.
Atsuko
Yeah.
Chiba has
It's so
Really?
cool, dude.
Yeah.
It's so cool. I have a cassette player at my house.
Cassettes
And you
are
use it?
retro,
No.
man.
yeah.
I
People
don't.
are very,
I wouldn't know where to. I would have to go out and buy a cassette player.
I have a
one.
I have a vinyl player that has CD and cassette on it and vinyl.
Yeah.
Wow.
I found a
Take
tape
that.
deck the other day.
Or if you buy like a '94 Dodge Caravan,
Yeah.
pop that sucker in.
Actually, I remember the stereo that I have that I'm putting in the shed over here. The stereo actually has 2 tape decks, and I remember using it to copy songs that played on the
Yeah,
radio and
dude.
record them onto a
Wow.
cassette.
That's sick.
We're
To
so
just-
old.
To
We're
just
so
fucking get you can come get me FBI, but you'll never find the fucking tape.
Piracy
old. Piracy is not a victimless crime.
no, but
neither is
but
racism.
Danny, we've looked into producing vinyls, and fuck, it's expensive, man.
Really?
Yeah, like you really need like a good profit margin and to make it worth it. Like there's a lot of, well, I think all of the places where you can get them printed have like a minimum order of like 100 or 200, and
Okay.
Just
and
try
it
and make
comes-
your own.
it comes about, I think like 100 vinyls is like almost 2 Gs.
Wow.
Shit.
Yeah.
So you have to
And-
sell them at like
and
$30. Gotcha.
Yeah, it's something ridiculous like that. So like even with no live shows happening right now, it's super hard to even like push merch or even like a CD or anything like that. And that's why like we only really released it digitally for now.
That's fine.
But,
You know what I just
yeah.
thought of? You know what I'm gonna do for you guys?
Oh, what are you
I'm gonna
do,
go
Tate?
out and I'm gonna buy a whole bunch of like fucking vinyls that nobody wants for like pennies, and I'm just gonna take the stickers all off and I'm gonna put the album cover. I'm gonna repackage them, and they're gonna be like they're just and because a lot of people that buy vinyls for some reason they just buy them just to have them. I feel like some. People,
Don't look at me like that.
No, but
yes,
I know
I do it.
I know some people that they buy. Oh yeah, I bought it on vinyl because I wanted to buy it on vinyl. Yeah, but do you have a vinyl player? No.
Oh, that's stupid.
Yeah.
Why'd you buy it
and
on
then,
vinyl?
Maybe they
And
will
when they
buy
actually play it, it's like Charles Aznavour or something.
Yeah. I would have went more for like Culture Club.
Oh no. You know what, guys? That just made me think. We gotta, Steve. Next week, can you bring back Steve's ethnic song of the week, please?
I've been itching
Dude,
to.
guys, I've been low key like fucking so hyped for that every week.
Yeah,
You're letting me
what's
down,
up
we,
with
man.
that?
we haven't been doing it. We tried to change our.
that sick jingle, bro.
I
I
know.
love the jingle.
Listen, there's quarantine happening. We couldn't do the same things we were doing.
I
You know.
know.
We were trying a different format. We wanted it to be less of like a late night talk show.
More of a daytime talk show,
More
like
of-
live with Regis and Kelly.
Yeah, live. We want to, more live with Regis and Kelly and less
Live
with Late
Regis
Show
and
with
Jerry
Craig
Springer.
Ferguson. You know?
Craig Ferguson.
You know,
Low key the best talk show ever.
but we'll bring it back. We're gonna bring it back. Who knows? Maybe you guys make ethnic song of the week next week.
Fuck that reggaeton beat in Paper Crown, man.
It's in there. It counts.
That song. But that's the thing, you see, because that song has a reggaeton beat. You guys can, who knows? Maybe you guys are gonna get like some fucking, DJ Mustard's gonna make like a fucking a remix of that song. You
Mustard
don't
on
know.
that beat.
Mustard.
You don't know. Maybe in a year from now, you guys are like popping in South America.
Yeah.
Oh, dude,
Well,
Dude, that's
you
what I
make-
was saying, dude.
You know what?
I was like, I'm like, how funny would it be? It's like you don't even realize like you're just huge in South like America. You're like, holy shit.
I love those comments. Those comments of like
Come to
random,
Brazil.
come to Indonesia.
You
I'm
guys-
a fan here.
It's like, dude, when we get off a plane in the States, nobody looks at us, but we can't even make it off the plane in fucking Peru.
Hey, actually, I'm curious to know where would you guys like if
Jakarta,
when this
definitely.
blows up? Like, where would you want it to blow up, where would you want to be like, oh fuck, we're huge in fucking, you know?
Tom, didn't you say we had two Bandcamp sales? The only two Bandcamp sales in Europe. Maybe it's the Netherlands.
Yeah, two random
They're already like.
One of them's from Ireland, no?
Ireland,
Oh.
and the other one's from Germany. So,
Wow. So
I'd say
Danka.
So I guess Europe would
Danke.
be Europe would be a starting.
Europe
point.
would definitely be awesome.
Yeah,
Europe would be sick.
Cool.
just so you know, if you go to Europe, we're gonna open for you guys.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking
Just so you guys
live
know.
snob.
the most unsettling talk show just before a fucking band goes. Yes. Welcome everybody to Snobcast. These are my
just before the band comes on, we'd like to say a few things about George Floyd, and then we start the show from there.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Imagine if a year from now we're still doing that. There's a fucking problem with the world.
There
Oh,
definitely
Jesus,
is.
yeah.
Alright.
It's too crazy, man.
Oh, that's a great
too
callback,
crazy.
though.
Thank you so much. I'm
That's-
good at callbacks.
We're really good at callbacks. I think we're gonna let the Houseflies get to their regular Sunday afternoon.
But what if they
pro-
wanted to continue talking? You're
I
just
don't
being
know.
rude.
But it's
That's
because
kinda fucked up.
don't we have like a
Yeah,
Don't
it's
be rude,
fine. I
Tom.
get it, guys. Look, listen. So listen.
then
Tom.
the next time we do this, hopefully we can do this live.
Yeah, and you can play your entire E EP.
Oh, we could totally do that.
Oh, we
That
can
would be
live
awesome.
stream it, and then we'll have a live stream comedy show because everybody loves those.
Yeah, we love those. We really, really love those.
Laugh track not included.
Oh,
So,
man.
guys, give us the lowdown of like where we can get this album one last time.
Well, folks, it is available on all music platforms everywhere music is distributed or sold. Go check it out. Morning Light by Housefly Hum.
And for $3,000, they'll come play it for you.
We'll play in your backyard.
Look, for $3
$75.
grand, it's all $75, but for $3 it's pretty good.
$75.
It's a grand each.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a pretty good deal.
Yeah.
I mean, if anything, Dom might want a bit more because he's like the mastermind or whatever. But the thing is,
59%.
he needs more. He needs more moisturizer for the for the
hair.
hair. You know,
Yeah,
the
for the
volume.
hair.
That's what it is.
Needs that Moroccan oil.
Oh,
How did you know? Our
guys, thank you so much for joining us once again.
Thank you for having us. It's always
Thanks, man.
great being
Thanks.
on this. Just always have a great time.
Thank you.
Well, we're happy to have you guys.
Stay safe.
Yes.
Keep putting out music, and that's it for this week on this episode of Snobcast. Guys, you guys are good. Hype Man Steve, Chef Tom.
I'm great.
I can't wait to go see my girlfriend.
All right, well, shout out to your girlfriend, and shout out to everyone listening right now. We'll see you all next week on Snobcast.